If you haven't seen Friction Zone and Friction Zone Part 2, please pause this one, go back and see those others, because all of these elements build on one another. If you skip ahead, you might be missing something really critical. At this point, we have mastered the friction zone, we've mastered using both the front and the rear brake, and now we get to finally use that throttle and get moving. To help you make this exercise go so smoothly is to make sure that you have honed each of these controls. You gotta have that friction zone honed in, you gotta have these brakes honed in, and now you have to have that throttle honed in. Nothing is gonna be jabbing or slamming or twisting. You're gonna be doing everything so smoothly and deliberately. The clutch is responsible for the amount of power that goes to the drive wheel. The throttle is responsible for the speed. Now, if you add the speed first and then the power, it could get a little bit exciting. Some of you know it as whiskey throttle. If you lead with the clutch instead and then follow with the throttle, you'll just be giving just enough speed for the amount of power that you're giving it to get it to propel up the hill with total control. You finally made it. You're ready to put it all together. You're going to be using the friction zone, the brakes, and the throttle. How it all works is that as one comes on, another has to come off and another one has to come in. What I mean by that is you gotta lead with that friction zone, off with those brakes, and finalize it with the throttle. Take note here, burning out a clutch is a real thing. You'll notice I hadn't brought it up until part 3. That's because your culprit is going to be your throttle. It's the RPM that's going to mess things up. Being in the friction zone's not the issue. What's the issue is spin in that transmission really fast, because in that friction zone, those gears aren't all the way together, which means that that speed is just shaving those teeth off. If the bike sounds quiet, those RPMs are low. If it's screaming, that means those RPMs are high. Keep everything nice and quiet, and you're likely to be just fine. You're not going to burn out that clutch. Keep it easy.